Hello everyone. When we think of van life, we often picture the ultimate wellness lifestyle, fresh air, local organic markets, and minimalist living. But there is a hidden friction between our nutritional goals and our physical reality. We've been investigating a specific problem, the struggle to stabilize glucose levels while preparing high-fiber meals within the cramped two-burner constraints of a mobile home. Our research focuses on whether the physical environment of a van kitchen actually negates the benefits of the organic food we cook. We are tracking three main things: glucose stability, the impact of high heat searing in confined spaces, and the resulting cortisol spikes. Essentially, we are looking for the physiological cost of nomadic cooking. Through our observations, we've identified three major ways the van environment impacts our metabolism. First, the confined space itself is a factor. Working in such tight quarters leads to elevated cortisol, which can trigger the body to produce excess sugar, causing our blood levels to rise before we even eat. Second, there is the high heat searing in a small area. Without industrial-grade ventilation, the heat and smoke create a physical stressor that can lower our heart rate variability and cause oxidative stress. And third, the two-burner timing creates a form of decision fatigue. The anxiety of trying to time a complex meal on just two small rings can lead to acute stress, which further contributes to insulin resistance. The most striking finding is what we call the searing spike. When you sear protein in a space smaller than 50 square feet, your body perceives the intense heat and physical restriction as a low-level threat. This triggers a fight or flight response. Your liver releases glucose for quick energy, meaning that even if your meal is perfectly low glycemic and organic, your blood sugar is already spiked by the time you take your first bite. What this tells us is that nomadic culinary habits have a hidden biological price. We are finding that for a nomad, how you cook is just as important as what you cook.
We have seen better metabolic outcomes from simple one-pot low-heat meals than from complex high-heat cooking. Proper ventilation and a calm cooking process are just as vital as the ingredients themselves. If we want to stay healthy on the road, we have to make sure our minimalist kitchen isn't accidentally sabotaging our biology. Minimalism should reduce our stress, not create it.
Organic greens on a wooden board, local markets, a nomad's hoard, fiber dense and nutrient rich. But there's a glitch in the metabolic switch. The ceiling's low, the walls are tight. I'm fighting for the space to do this right. Two blue flames for a three-course dream, losing the rhythm, losing the scheme. Oh, the physiological price we pay in a two-burner world. The stress won't stay away. High heat searing in a 50-foot shell. I'm feeding my body, but my cells can tell. The cortisol rises before the first bite. Chemical shadow in the middle of the night. We're chasing the health, we're living the plan, but it's a heavy cost in a cooking van. culinary Tetris in a narrow world. Heart rate jumping, the HRV drops. The liver releases before the searing stops. It's a searing spike, a silent alarm, thinking the heat is a physical harm. My blood sugar climbs on a staircase of stress, even though the plate is a clean, green success. Ventilation is a nutrient, airflow is a key to keep the nervous system running wild and free. If we're resting and digesting, we need to slow the flame. The Minimalism's kitchen is a high-stakes game. Simmer it down, let the pressure release. A one-pot wonder for metabolic peace. Oh, the physiological price we pay in a two-burner world. The stress won't stay away. High heat searing in a 50-foot shell. I'm feeding my body, but my cells can tell. The cortisol rises before the first bite, a chemical shadow in the middle of the night. We're chasing the hell, we're living the plan, but it's a heavy cost in a cooking van. Less is more if the heart stays still. Beyond the macro, beyond the will, keep the fire low. Let the glucose go.